(1963). Robert Moog begins commercially manufacturing the Moog synthesizer in Trumansburg, New York. Bands like the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and the Rolling Stones begin using synth in their music. 1970. Labeled as the Beatles of electronic dance music, German band Kraftwerk experiments with the use of electronic sound, innovating a whole new idea of what was considered modern music. Late 70s, disco age. With the influence of Kraftwerk, this 1977 record constructs the template for electronic music and becomes the impactful sound of dance music before there even was a genre. 1980s. Electronic music becomes a leading voice in contemporary pop, and pop music begins relying heavily on synthesizers.
Don't you want me, baby? Sweet dreams are made of these. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping.
Alright, let's just fast forward a couple decades. As technology rapidly evolved, analog hardware just became unnecessary and anyone could produce a whole album with their laptop. Discotheques turned into festivals, vinyls and record players were eventually replaced by flash drives and digital mixers. Electronic music stopped sounding like this and started sounding like this. In the 2000s, electronic music became identified to the public. It developed into its own genre of music, and radio stations started playing songs that were specifically classified as EDM. EDM today can range from songs that sound like two cyborgs making love, to songs that sound like straight-up nursery rhymes. New subgenres are formed. Genres like trance, techno, tech house, deep house, bass house, electro house, future bass, drum and bass, freeform bass, dubstep, hard style, happy hardcore, psytrance, UK chiptune, and so much more. Big labels needed a way to get EDM to the club scene, so they had radio stations start playing songs like this, and this. And there's a selection of EDM artists who end up in the mainstream scene, but many get often criticized by some who think they don't even produce their own music. In other words, they hire what's called a ghost producer.
So basically I get emails from people. They'll just ask me to make a song for them. They'll tell me what genre and I just go for it. Like if you become pretty good at making EDM, you can basically make anything you want. I feel pretty strongly about that because EDM involves everything about production, like everything. I give it my best shot every time, so I'll just ask for 100 for one song, 200 for two songs, and then 250 for three songs. That was kind of my little deal. But if they wanted just like a hip-hop beat that involved like maybe a 4-bar, 8-bar loop, then I would just charge like $50 because those are really easy to make. But EDM songs take longer because you have to entertain the listener with nothing but production, no vocals. Yeah, but like I said, once you become pretty good at making EDM, by default you can make like any other genre. You know, EDM is it's kind of hard to make your own sound. But I mean, I'm getting money, so I don't really care.
Some artists who do make their own sounds will end up selling them.
What's up? My name is Ducky. I'm a DJ, producer, vocalist from LA, and we're talking about my Splice sample pack today.
Just presets upon presets, recycling the same noises and effects.
But I also included some presets for you guys to play with.
And this is not uncommon in today's culture. So, is talent really necessary?
That's a hard question. Well, yes and no. If you already have an image, then no. I think that goes for anything. Like, there's people like models like Chantel Jeffries who started to DJ and produce, and they're already fucking getting clubs in Las Vegas and stuff for other than people who have been working their whole lives for it. And she's not good at all. She's terrible. But as far as like everybody else, I think you need talent. Like in anything that you want to be successful at, you need to just your maximum effort, and you're probably not going to get to the top level that you want to reach. If you know you're not as creative as those people, you should be putting in more work than them. You could say that about anything. Daft Punk literally recreates just old disco songs, to be quite fair. Like, I love them, but their songs are the exact same as some old disco ones. They just added a different vibe to it, and they made the song way more lively, but it's still the original samples for the most part. So I don't know, that's a whole different topic about sampling. I think sampling is a beast on its own, and I don't really think it's cheating per se, unless you're literally biting the whole sound and using it like as exactly as they would.
Biting the whole sound or not, these artists perform hour-long sets at these sold-out shows and global festivals for a crowd of people that involves a culture of shuffling, headbanging, bright lights, totem flags, merchandise and apparel, countdowns, and lots of drugs.
I don't even like to say I listen to EDM, because like I feel like it just gives a stigma of like, oh, like you wear basketball jerseys and like you just start mosh pits, like, you know what I mean? I just hate that scene now, and like especially with social media too, like you always just see like Brads and Chads back at it again, you know what I mean?
I love going to events just to listen to the music. As far as the people and stuff, that's what makes me not like it. Like people doing drugs and I don't know, just acting like like just out of it. They're not really there or present. They're just kind of, their eyes are rolled back and they have the light shows with their hands and everything. And half of the people that go there, no, more than half of the people that go there are just on something. So I don't enjoy that. It's not a fun place to be around if you're once you're just like so completely sober, you're just looking around like, wow, everybody's just kind of acting weird. Like, this is not that cool to be around. It's kind of a lame vibe to be around.
So, where will EDM be 10 years from now?
Dead. Dead.
Going insane. Going insane.
We have so many producers out here, and the bar is being raised so high, so it's still really cool. We're getting like crazy good music. If you go on SoundCloud and find like smaller artists who make more music that they want to make, you'll find some great stuff.
I feel like it's an escape for most people that, you know, are stressed out with work or school or whatever's going on in their lives. Like, they could really be able to go to an event or a show or a festival to really, you know, just kind of forget what's going on in their lives and really just go out and have fun with a group of friends or even meet new people. That's another thing with like EDM is like you could really meet new people, awesome people. There's always great people you can meet at events and stuff, so.
There's definitely going to be new genres made. There's genres every day that are just, I'm just going to love to see how music is going to change, how the sound is going to change in EDM. The party vibe of it, I think everybody goes to like that. I love the visuals, I love the loud music, because it's not like that for a lot of festivals. It's not just pumping all the time, no matter what kind of music you're listening to. Technology brought way more avenues to live performances too. You never used to have like beat pads and MIDI keyboards and everything at your hand while DJing too. Like you'll see people with sequencers and stuff too that are just absolutely unreal. Like you would never see that in the 90s or anything like that. So times change out. You're not going to keep the same things forever.